Hey everybody, welcome to another video review. I thought I would change it up a little bit, do a little shorter review on one of my favorite topics, Walt Disney Classics collection. This is early afternoon, around 2 o'clock, where there's still some decent light behind me. This is a fine porcelain piece from Peter Pan. One of the really nice pieces that the Walt Disney Classics collection created. As you can see by my hand, this is not a huge piece, but quite valuable, quite rare. Its value and its price is actually not dissimilar to some of the bigger polystone statues, custom statues that are out there. This is from Peter Pan, of course, and it's titled, "I'm So Happy, I Think I'll Give You a Kiss." Peter Pan, Wendy, and Tinkerbell from Walt Disney's Peter Pan. The limitation, as you can see, was pretty low, 1,500. And this is number 419 out of 1,500. This is the certificate of authenticity, and then this is the box. You can actually see how it's packaged with its number and a picture of the actual piece itself. I have it up here for a little bit of elevation, and I have it on a very small turntable so we can more easily admire it. Back in the day, 1,500 was considered very low a number for something like this. I think it encapsulates so well the interactions between the characters. Peter Pan not really, knowing what to do. He's the boy that never grew up, obviously. And so I doubt that he's had anyone actually try to kiss him like this. It's an innocent kiss, of course, because she's so happy, but he doesn't know quite how to deal with that. So you can see him kind of shine away with a look of, a worried look. I want to say it's horrified, but a worried look. And then, of course, Wendy's eyes are closed, and the super cute Tinkerbell, who's of course in the, if there's quite a big difference between Tinkerbell as portrayed in the original animated Peter Pan and the Tinkerbell and the fairy stories that Disney later, made straight for video, for instance. But this Tinkerbell was a little bit of a jealous sociopath in the movie. And so you can see how upset she is, and she's pulling on Wendy's hair, trying to prevent her from leaning in for that kiss. This whole piece is in fine art porcelain. Has to be handcrafted, molded, cast in porcelain, then painted, and then fired in a kiln. So very different from resin or polystone. It's almost impossible to get this level of fine detail, especially from the animated source material in porcelain form. If you want to look at, for instance, some of the Armani pieces, Capote Monte, for instance, all of those, there are examples of fine porcelain. I'll do a review of some of those later on. But again, what's so striking about the Disney Classics collection is the extra care that was placed into creating all of these pieces. They always try to plus them. It's hard to see, even under natural light, but I hope as I'm moving around, you can see that Wendy's nightgown actually has an opalescent paint, which means that it's not actually like a gloss effect. It's a similar effect, but not exactly. And it's achieved when you put a paint and then you fire it in the kiln. It's almost like a glaze, and it glows. It's very striking in person, and it's not really very easy to replicate if there should unfortunately be damage or a crack or something where you're trying to recreate it. I mean, obviously there are ways to do it. You can replace or you can fix almost anything, but it's hard to do. And a lot of the princess gowns have that opalescence. For instance, Cinderella in Off to the Ball has that, Tiana as well. And here they gave that treatment to Wendy's nightgown to add just a little bit of class to the paint job. So it's very nice. All the colors are very, very vibrant. All of these pieces are well over 15 years old. So there you have it. That's what you can see here. There's a little bit of dirt here or there. This is the stand, the floor they're on. And of course you can see Peter with his knife. Look at it from above. And then Tinkerbell actually is made of bronze and then painted afterwards. So she's not actually porcelain. As with a lot of these Walt Disney Classics pieces, they always wanted to add a little something extra, a little piece of metal, a little pewter, a little bronze even, just to set it apart. This was something that Walt Disney kind of made famous in his philosophy of design. He always liked to plus things to add that extra little bit of magic. I can't say that I've been after this piece for like a long time or something like that. I do have a lot of really cool Walt Disney Classics collection pieces. I'm more of a Beauty and the Beast completionist. I do have every Beauty and the Beast Walt Disney Classics collection ever produced. But this line has so much incredible and ambitious artwork, so many wonderful pieces that, and I had to kind of break my Beauty and the Beast rule. Sometimes when a piece really, really catches my eye, it's just beautifully done, I go ahead and I grab it. So this is one example. I just think that it just sort of communicates this really cute, innocent little interaction. The way it's sculpted, very, very true to the source art, very lovable. And again, it conveys it so naturally. The animated scene itself, if you want to catch on a Peter Pan, you can, but you can see and compare, and they did just a phenomenal job, again, sculpting this to make it natural, well painted, well sculpted, authentic, absolutely accurate. For fans of these, animated properties, whether it's Beauty and the Beast, or Little Mermaid, or Peter Pan, what we really want is we want to capture a moment from our favorite movie and then freeze it in statue form in the best quality possible and have this little memento that makes us think of that scene. And the Walt Disney Classics collection did a fantastic job doing it. It's never been done better since. It was truly an iconic line, absolutely amazing, iconic line. And this is a very, very good example of that. I bought it from a gentleman in the Netherlands. He used to collect these, and he had almost at one point 80% of the entire Walt Disney Classics collection, which, if you know anything about that collection, which has so many pieces, is a staggering accomplishment. And now he's basically letting go of some of or most of the collection and keeping only a few choice pieces. But he packaged this absolutely amazingly, essentially triple boxed it. So absolutely no complaints. It came all the way from Europe in about a week, less than 5 days, about 5 days. Beautiful condition, and I'm very, very happy to have added this to my Walt Disney Classics collection piece. I don't have any other Peter Pan piece. This is it, and if this is all I have from Peter Pan, I'll be very happy. So there you go. I'm so happy. I think I'll give you a kiss. Peter Pan, Wendy, and Tinkerbell from Walt Disney's Peter Pan. Very, very short little thing. Not much to say other than what I've done already, but I hope that moving it around, you can sort of appreciate how beautiful this is, and to keep in mind that all of this detail on Peter's face, all of this detail on Wendy's face, everything together, this is all actually in porcelain, which is so much more difficult to do than resin or polystone, Again, hopefully you can see the shine of the opalescent paint on Wendy's nightgown. It's a very, very beautiful, affecting person. So there you go. Until next time, do take care.